HOTEP. HOTEP means peace in the ancient Kemetic language, and Mwalimu means teacher in Kiswahili, and is the equivalent of the English word professor. My name is Mwalimu Melodye Mishere Van Putten, and this is Mwalimu Dropping the Knowledge. Today, I'm talking aesthetics. What is beautiful? It will be a two-part episode. All people have an aesthetic sensibility, defining and answering that question, what is beautiful, from their own cultural and historical context. Beauty is subjective and objective as a topic. However, like virtually all aspects of African and African diaspora history and culture, since being brutally disrupted by European conquest and the imposition of white supremacy, the issue of aesthetics for us has been highly problematic. We have been negatively impacted by images and imagery that not only does not reflect our beauty, but in many ways planted the seeds of self-hatred. The imposition of European beauty standards as the standard of beauty to which everyone else must be measured has been and still is insidious and reveals itself in ways that has us despising how God made us. To understand this situation is a critical connection we must make in order to change our thinking and behavior. But before I get ahead of myself, let me begin with some basic definitions. Aesthetics is a noun, an adjective, a branch of philosophy, and a vibe. As a branch of philosophy, aesthetics deals with the nature of art, beauty, and taste, especially its creation and appreciation or lack thereof. As a noun, aesthetics imposes a set of principles that guide a work or movement, while the adjective is concerned with beauty and the appreciation of beauty. As a vibe, one can enter a room that is beautifully appointed and feel it. Feel the beauty, warmth, and even the serenity of an aesthetic, whether it is cool, tropical, celebratory, etc. During this two-part series, I will be sharing information about the many aspects and layers of the subject of aesthetics. Our aesthetic sensibilities as an African people have deep roots, and our ancient ancestors had beauty standards and aesthetic values. There are certain touchstones that are uniquely and universally African amongst the many different cultural variations across specific ethnicities. For example, our penchant for style, color, and adornment can be witnessed from the continent to the diaspora. The people of Kemet, also known as the ancient Egyptians, are known for the beauty they depicted on temple walls, showing beautifully dressed women and men resplendent with jewels, from earrings and necklaces to bracelets for arms and ankles. Cosmetics, rouge, eyeliner, eyeshadow, and lipstick were worn by both men and women. According to Dr. Kariamu Welsh, scholar, Temple University professor, Umfundala dance progenitor, and the editor of the African Aesthetic, keeper of the traditions, the body was considered a canvas to be adorned, and we did so with aplomb. In West Africa, scarification of the skin symbolized beauty, status, and identity. African people believed beauty and adornment were living concepts and beautified everything they touched, from furniture and practical household items like utensils, bowls, plates, vases, as well as personal items, clothing, combs, pipes, etc. The universal African practice of creating beautiful fabrics can be witnessed from all over the continent, with the textile industry dating back to antiquity. Ancient Egyptians, Nubians, and various African countries and empires had weaving looms and fashioned fabric and clothing from cotton, tree bark, plants such as raffia, and looms were even embedded with gold threads. The list of gorgeous African fabrics is too long to recite here, but let me name a few of my favorites. Kente cloth of Ghana, Bogolan or mud cloth of Mali, tie-dye indigo of the Gambia, and Ashoke of Nigeria. Then there's Kuba cloth and wax prints from Tanzania. Mercy! I have been known to say that we would have never created polyester, as it's just not beautiful enough. To have an aesthetic appeal is to be attractive, stylish, well cultivated, and pleasing. In her book, The African Aesthetic, Keeper of the Traditions, Dr. Welsh writes, and I quote, "An aesthetic draws upon history, mythology, motif, and creative ethos of a group of people, always reflecting a commitment to the images and symbols of the originating ethnic group." End quote. Poetically speaking, the magnificent colors of blackness, from onyx black to shimmering in the sunlight to the faintest shade of beige. We are a cornucopia of luscious colors, rich, spiced, sun-kissed, ebony, chocolate, nutmeg, almond, vanilla black, or cinnamon. Dark child, brown child, copper gold child, children of Africa from the loins of Ghana, Nigeria, Zimbabwe, Kenya, Mali, Ethiopia, Tanzania, Congo, Sudan, and Chad, and every nation in between. Africans, us, migrating and populating the entire world. We are Africa's descendants in the Bahamas, Bermuda, Jamaica, Barbados, Trinidad, and St. Kitts, throughout the Caribbean, England, France, Switzerland, and throughout Europe, India, Asia, and the Americas, North, South, and Central, and all the places and spaces where humanity lives, worships, works, and plays. The magnificent textures of blackness, from the myriad of skin tones to the wonders of our hair, tightly curled yet exploding into a tremendous poof of an awe-inspiring, liberated afro, or fabulously styled, well-coiffed, sharply cut, braided, locked, or cornrowed. The look, the textures, unmistakably African through and through. The magnificent aesthetic of blackness. Fashion began with us. Our style continues to influence the world. We can't help ourselves. It's in the cool of our man walk, the sassiness of sister hips swinging, the turn of a phrase, the swag of a stance, the cut of an eye sideways, not to mention a full-throated, lusty laugh, oozing joy, warmth, and making you smile all over. The black aesthetic is beautifully black and black beauty personified. Period. We'll be right back.